Hi, I'm Rachel, and welcome to my channel, Bricoleuse. This month, June of 2021, I'm celebrating 15 years of creating content on costume production topics and sharing it online under the name Bricoleuse.
In 2006, everyone had a blog. LiveJournal, Dead Journal, Blogspot, Diaryland, interlinked personal journals were the popular social medium of the day. They were how people connected to others with similar interests, hobbies, fandoms, careers, sexual proclivities, you name it.
I saw blogging as an opportunity to write about and find an audience for those aspects of costume production that were as yet undocumented. I wanted to write about things you couldn't look up in a textbook, media and methods you wouldn't know unless you worked with someone who taught you. I launched Bricoleuse on LiveJournal because it was the biggest platform for both personal and professional blogging at the time. My readers could friend my LJ, and my posts would show up on their blog roll. They could read it on their lunch break, along with the details of a friend's recent birthday party or a favorite author's new fanfic.
I chose the name because I wanted something singular, so a novice costumer could do a Google search on keywords and my blog title and find anything I'd posted about it. Bear in mind that MySpace had just started to gain traction as a social medium, and the closest thing that existed to a smartphone was a BlackBerry.
By 2010, blogs were getting kind of passé. Facebook had emerged victorious from the gladiatorial combat of social media platforms. And now people obsessively checked their friends' feed 5 times an hour on an iPhone. The long-form structure of a blog still worked for my documentation goals, so I continued to post to LiveJournal.
But I established a Facebook page for the blog so that I could announce new posts to readers who had abandoned blogging for the new social network.
I didn't get a smartphone until 2015. I mean, face it, nobody gets rich working in the theater, except those people who get really rich, i.e., not me.
People ask all the time, why don't you sell your work in stores or like on Etsy or something? And the fact of the matter is, I've tried that. I launched a retail line in 2013 at the request of a friend and colleague, Annie Kennedy, who had opened a boutique in Williamstown, Massachusetts. That summer, I learned that American consumers, even the wealthy ones who summer in the Berkshires, won't pay the price point I need to compensate me for my work. Anyway, 2015 was the year I established an Instagram account connected to the blog. LiveJournal had been hemorrhaging users for years, but in 2017, the Russian media company that owned it closed all the US offices, moved the servers to Russia, and changed their TOS to conform to Russian law. While it would be kind of edgy to say that I moved the blog to a new host because of this, that would be a lie. LJ no longer had the advantage of a vital community of users and readers. Blogspot had emerged as a good host for serious blogs, so I switched. Before the year was out, though, I announced a hiatus. The head of the graduate program where I teach retired. I was on the search committee to fill her position and teaching a double load.
After my schedule eventually cleared up, I questioned whether it was perhaps time to end Bricoleuse. Who read blogs in 2019? The internet was now full of vital communities creating content about making costumes. Cosplayers, reenactors, historical interpreters, fursuit enthusiasts. But then,
the COVID-19 pandemic forced the performing arts industry to close down on a global scale. Broadway went dark. Hollywood stopped production on films and TV shows. Performance tours and sporting events were canceled. Colleges and universities moved all classes online, and I began to film short videos for my costume production graduate students. Initially, I launched the La Bricoleuse YouTube channel to share that content with other educators and their students. But I soon learned that interest in my videos extended far beyond that niche. Clearly, YouTube was a great platform for my content to reach new audiences. And here we are, 2021. And that's the history of La Bricoleuse in all its prior incarnations.
It's been a great 15 years, and I'd count myself lucky for 15 more. Maybe that's pushing it. 10 would be great. Actually, I'd be satisfied with 5.
Spoiler alert, after the credits, there are some outtakes.
I know what you're thinking. I get it all the time. I know what you're thinking. I get it all the time. What does La Bricoleuse mean? I know what you're thinking. I get it all the time. What does La Bricoleuse mean? What does La Bricoleuse mean? What's a bricoleuse? What's a bricoleuse? Is that English? French? Portuguese? What does that mean? I know what you're thinking. I get it all the time. What's a bricoleuse?